Hi everybody, welcome to the Messy Cook by Dale. Thanks so much for coming and joining me today. And thanks for all your support, of course. Today we're going to be doing sausage stuffing. Now this is my kids' favorite of all time. We can actually forego the turkey or the chicken or whatever and just eat the stuffing. That's all they look forward to for our holiday meals. So I'm going to show it to you today. And hopefully my kids, since we can't be with them this holiday season, I'm hoping that maybe they'll give this a try and they'll have their own sausage stuffing. All right, so it begins with breadcrumbs. Now, these are the breadcrumbs, but what I did, these are my own. I took a loaf of white bread, a regular sized loaf, about yay big, cut them into quarters or dice them into small little cubes. And then I put them on a cookie sheet and I put them in the oven for about at a 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and I would say 3 to 4 minutes each side. And but watch your oven. Don't do anything else while this is in the oven because you don't want them to burn. You just want them to get slightly toasted and hard. So watch it. So it's about 3 minutes per side, but just take your time doing it. And this is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. So what you do then is you put them in a food processor and in small batches, because earlier I put them in, I put a lot in and all over the place because I'm the messy cook after all. So put them in smaller batches and don't whiz them too much. Like there is some here that are true breadcrumbs like that, smaller ones, but I like the chunky ones too. So do whatever you think you like. So that's the breadcrumbs. They're ready to go and they're quite dry. Now in the skillet here I have a cup of chopped celery and two regular medium-sized onions, or one really big onion is what you want to use, and I fried them up till they're just translucent like this in about a half a cup of butter. A lot of butter. You don't want the butter to burn, so you watch it carefully, but this will be on here for just a few minutes. You just want them translucent because they are going to cook some more in the oven. All right, and by the way, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, now I'm going to add my spices. So we have poultry seasoning. Now you can buy this in the store, it's readily available, or you can make your own. And I'm going to have the recipe to make your own underneath in the comments. All right, so to this we're going to put a teaspoon of poultry seasoning in there. And in here there's sage and let me see what there is. There's sage and thyme and marjoram, rosemary, a little bit of nutmeg, salt, pepper, whatever. All right, so that goes in there. And to that we're going to add some dried thyme. I'm going to put a pinch of dried thyme, some dried parsley. Of course you can use the fresh stuff as well, for sure. Some parsley, a couple of pinches of that. We have sage. How much sage do they say? Not all that much. Teaspoon sage, a little bit of sage. So I'm going to say about a half a teaspoon of sage. All right, those are my spices. Let's do some pepper. A lot of pepper. And it's a very simple recipe, not a lot of ingredients, but very flavorful. Now, to this, we're going to add a bit of salt, not much, because the sausage is salted, so you want to be careful again on the salt. All right, so that's mixed up. Now, what you want to do is buy your sausage. This is what I buy: Maple Leaf, all natural pork sausage. They're not always easy to find. So when around Christmas time or Thanksgiving or whenever I'm going to make sausage stuffing, I really start looking for it early because, like I said, it's not always available and it comes frozen. So you have to make sure that you give it time to defrost in the fridge. All right. So now comes the assembly. So you get yourself a really big bowl because it's going to be a lot of ingredients, and you're going to put the sausage in there. Some people cook the sausage beforehand. I don't like to. For one, I'm lazy. I don't think I need to because it gets cooked in the oven. And two, it's extra stuff to clean up. Excuse me. Okay, so that goes in there. Now I've made triple this recipe, but since it's just Dan and I'm just making a single. But truly, you can do double, triple. Okay, that's heavy. So I'm gonna take the spoon, and this all goes into there. Now you'll adjust the seasoning, but you know at this point you're not going to adjust the seasoning once all of the pork is in there, because you're going to be eating raw pork, obviously. So yeah, you might have to just have faith that you put enough in. Okay, I want to make sure I get all of this goodness in there. Oh. Some of it ended on the floor. That's all good. All right, hands. So we're just going to give it a mix. Now at this point, what I might do, you're going to be adding some chicken stock or turkey stock or vegetable stock. Whoops. Okay, anyway. Oh gosh. So let's put in, I'm going to put about a cup of chicken stock into there to begin with. You don't want it too wet, but I don't like dry stuffing. I like my stuffing nice and moist. And I'll tell you, the sausage brings in so much moisture and so much flavor because it's got fat in it, and the fat has all the flavor, and it's just delicious. Okay, so I'm going to put in some more. You're going to put in up to about 2 cups of stock, depending on how you like it. You can make your own stock, of course, but these are just as good. Again, I use the low salt or no salt added, actually. And you see, this is good. Smells so good. Give it a good mix. Now, I don't stuff my turkey or my chicken. I don't like to. I'm really nervous about salmonella. There's been so many things over the years talking about turkeys that get salmonella, or you get salmonella in the stuffing from the turkey or whatever. I remember once my mother made turkey and she decided to stuff the night before. Well, the next day she couldn't eat the turkey. It was bad. So you want to be really careful with that. But I mean, you can stuff the turkey, and like I said, I have done it in the past, but I don't bother now. Okay, a little bit more stock. So I'm going to say that's about a cup and a half, maybe. Yeah, about a cup and a half. Okay. And again, there's a lot of salt in the sausage, so you don't want to. No, it smells like stuffing. It smells delicious. Okay. All right, I think we're good. I'm going to make sure that the sausage is well incorporated. The breadcrumbs. Okay, that's that. So there's your stuffing. So what you're going to do now, and as you saw, it's pretty easy. Doesn't require a lot of skill. That's for sure. Let me put this here. Let me try to clean this up a little bit for you. Okay, look at this. Oh, poor Dan. Okay, there. All right, so we're going to take a casserole. We're going to give it a spray. I usually like to spray over the sink so I don't get it everywhere, but Okay, and let's put this in. Excellent. And spread it out. Like that. Now what I like to do is I like to put a piece of saran wrap on top and then a piece of aluminum foil. The saran wrap will not melt, believe me. But that keeps the moisture in it. Then halfway through, you're going to put it in the oven, by the way, for 25 minutes or so. But you want the internal temperature to read 165. That's really important because it is raw meat. So I put a piece of saran wrap on top. Then I put a piece of aluminum foil on top, and on top of that, and then I put it in the oven. And then about 10 minutes before I think it's done, I will try it with my thermometer. Then I take the top off and it gets nice and brown. All right, so I'm gonna do that. Throw it in the oven and we will be back in about an hour or so, and we'll give it a try. See you later. Welcome back, everybody. Here's the stuffing. Sausage stuffing. Now I told you 25 minutes. It was more like 45 minutes. So always check in the comments for the right amounts of stuff and the cooking time. So it's 45 minutes about, and then I took off the plastic wrap, I took off the aluminum foil, and I let it brown under the brown in the oven for another 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna give it a try. It smells like Christmas. Look at this. Moist, beautiful. And I did check the temperature, 165 or above. All right, so let's give it a try. Really good. Reminds me of Christmas. Very, very good. Another one. Okay. Thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you try this. It's really good. You can put a little more salt. You might need a bit more salt, but it's really, really tasty, and it's moist and it's wonderful. Tomorrow, Dan, sausage stuffing sandwiches.
Oh, great.
For lunch. So good. So much better the next day too. All right, so thanks for hanging out with me today. Stay safe. Do what you got to do. Remember to be kind. It's getting to a point where, you know, nerves are like frayed. So just try to be kind to yourself and to others. And most of all, forget the mess. Happy holidays.